Good morning, welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View. It's myself, JP, and joining me in this fine morning, my good man, Mr. Ryan Clifford. Morning, Ryan, how are you?
Morning, JP. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I was fine until I looked at my window this morning. Sean Batty was wrong again this morning, but yeah, I'm good. Obviously outside Paradise this morning, the home of the double winners. So I feeling good, obviously. A lot of links, a lot of rumours recently, the last few days. Things are starting to hot up, mate. So hopefully by maybe end of next week or so, in the Euros, we'll get some more clarity on transfers. And obviously the goalkeeping situation seems to be a hot topic at the moment, mate. And I've spoken about quite a lot recently that it's got to be the main priority. A lot of links on DUBRAVKA and the guy Jensen as well from Sparta Prague. Obviously he's at Alkmaar but on loan to Sparta Prague. So interesting, mate, in the next few days. But I'm good, and it's good to be here, mate. It's always good to be at Celtic Park. It always fills you with a wee smile on your face.
Aye, there's always a wee smile when we come to Paradise, isn't there? Like you say, the home of the double champions. 7 trophies in 3 years. Sorry for some, isn't it? It's tough at the top, mate, as they say, tough at the top. It's,
By the way, any Rangers champions flags about here?
No, man, I don't think I'm for sure you'll see many down here.
No, I don't think so.
Unless it's maybe a tourist or something like that. And that's certainly not for this current Rangers side, that's for sure. That's maybe for the old Rangers side. But as you said, mate, there's a few strong links. In fact, the last couple of days, mate, there's been more links than what's on your Sunday breakfast plate, you know.
I've actually just had a wee old links here, by the way, and
lovely.
It was lovely, aye.
Fills a wee hole, doesn't it?
Wee shout out to the cafe, by the way, latte was nice as well.
Wee shout out to the cafe. A caramel latte I had was lovely. That was nice.
Caramel in the morning, set you up for the day.
That's it, mate. That's it. Nah, that's too early in the morning. I can't really say what else is good for the morning. But aye, as you said, mate, a couple of wee strong transfer links now. Over the last couple of days, we've been linked with Bournemouth centre-back Chris Mepham.
Yep.
And we've also been linked with, like he says, Peter Vendal Jensen, Danish goalkeeper, who was at Sparta Prague last year. Played against the Rangers side in the Europa League. We've also been linked, was it yesterday, the Newcastle goalkeeper, Martin DUBRAVKA.
Yep.
As well. And there's kind of names now getting bandied, you know, and putting their name to these things like David Orstein and guys like Stephen McGowan and stuff like that. So that's when you kind of know, Ryan, things are heating up and things are kind of, you know, starting to kind of take shape in a way. But again, mate, until they're stoning, either with me and you, stoning here, or they're stoning on the stairs or stoning with a scarf, that's usually when you tend to believe a lot of these rumours.
Aye, we've been quite kind of loud on the podcast that we don't do rumours, we don't do links, we just go with the facts. Obviously, you chat about the rumours and links, but we don't put our name to anything because we're no journalists, we don't know anything, and I know we just follow what's in the papers, what's in the media. You might get the odd message out somebody, oh, Brian, we heard about him, and I'm like, well, I've seen it on Twitter, aye, but I think in terms of obviously the goalkeeper situation, that's hotting up. There's been a few names now. DUBRAVKA seems, I think, his age is maybe the question that would maybe put a lot of fans off, but I know some people from down Newcastle, and most of them have saying solid keeper, done well. I mean, Nick Pope was injured last season. He was a number one for the majority of the season when obviously Pope wasn't there. Yep. In a decent league, a very, very decent standard of league. In my opinion, it's probably the best league in the world in terms of competitiveness. Every team, you beat every team. He's done well at Newcastle. He went on loan to Man United, and he played a lot. But Man U obviously thought something of him to have him in the squad. So experience, you would be replacing a Premier League goalkeeper on Joe Hart with another Premier League goalkeeper in DUBRAVKA. So I think the only snag would be his age, and then would you be the same routine in 2 years' time to replace him? And I think if you signed DUBRAVKA, I think you would need to have a number two that's kind of ready to step in when he was to go, or if he gets injured, or maybe he's feeling aches and pains for maybe the weekend's game, for a midweek game, then you'd maybe replace him. So I think no matter what happens, I think we need to get two goalkeepers, be that a solid number one and I don't want to say a project, but a goal that's maybe up and coming to develop the number two, maybe
Do you think, see when you're saying the two goalkeepers, do you think it's imperative for us to go and get a goalkeeper who, like Martin DUBRAVKA, who can come in just now and can take, I don't want to say worry, but a certain level of anxiety from the fans? Because I know we're all going to be thinking the same thing, you know, like, when's the next number one going to be? Joe Hart's retired, he's away, he's doing this, he's doing that. But in terms of bringing in the new number one, maybe try to do it quickly, or quicker, should I say, in that, so that we're not scrambling when the pre-season starts and the games start coming thick and fast, as you know, mate, because they're only around the corner. But to get a number one in just now, like Martin DUBRAVKA or Peter Vindal Jensen, if it's so going to be him, and then maybe look to maybe bring in some outfield players, and then down the window you can then look at maybe bringing in your next goalkeeper, because all along you're not really then in that kind of hurry for that department, especially if you're bringing in somebody the quality of, like he says, Martin DUBRAVKA.
I think it's a necessity the goalkeeper's got to come in and play right away, and not having to spend too much time settling, because obviously we got Barkas in. For me, he was a good signing when he came in terms of what he done before. He was very good with Athens. He's played with Greece, played in big games for Athens in Champions League, and the Greek League isn't wow, it's not amazing, but it's not absolutely dross. There's some good teams like Olympiakos and stuff like that in the league. So you've obviously seen Panathinaikos and the other team, PAOK. They played Hearts recently.
Olympiakos have just won the
Europa Conference as well. It's not the worst of leagues, and I thought Barkas, the majority is all folk brilliant. I've seen some of his highlights beforehand. We've seen him at Celtic Park. I was at the game against Athens and he was very good. We should have won the game. I was at home.
Probably the reason why we did.
I was at home as well. We were but lacklustre in our finishing, but Barkas done well. And again, like I said on the previous pod, mate, that I still feel that I know guys like Shane Duffy and that weren't good that season, but the majority of the squad weren't good. And a lot of teams in the world, the top teams, weren't at their best. So the full world at that point, it's so hard to judge people when everything in the background and the environment isn't spot on. But if it's Jensen, if it's DUBRAVKA, whoever the goalkeeper's going to be, ideally they want to be coming in, right, you're number one. Obviously there's no guarantees. You'll be sitting, obviously Rodgers, the board, his team, whoever the guy we're signing, they'll be talking, right, well, he's come here to play, he's come to challenge, but nobody gets guaranteed, listen, you have to beat because you need to earn it. But I don't know wee bits about the guy Jensen. I don't know everything about him, so I can't comment too much. But he's played at a good level. Played in obviously Europa League against the team across the water, so he's got experience in that. He's got a good age to be here for maybe 3 to 4 years if possible. You don't need to then chop and change. You just need to worry about getting a number two that's able to come in and play, because obviously next year we've a lot of games next year, playing to maybe January. Plus if you get far in the League Cup and everything else, so ideally you want a number two that's able to, so just say it was Jensen or DUBRAVKA that played in the European game on the Wednesday, I think maybe Thursday nights as well, apparently. So they played during the week. If need be, he's had a hard game or he's maybe got a wee knock, you can play the second choice and you're not going to drop the quality level. I think that's a necessity. I know.
Do you think that's what he's wanting, and you think that's what he's trying to do and bring to him to terms of, if something was to happen to your goalkeeper, you're bringing in another guy who's more than able to come in and do it? I would say
so, mate, because again, there's no disrespect to Ben and Sirius, but Joe Hart was a top level goalkeeper. Not just on the park, but off the park.
He was so far ahead of the other two, wasn't he?
Benji Secret's done well at United, and we all thought he was going to come in and kind of do a good job, and Ange didn't really fancy him. Brendan's no fancy him. It's hard to hit the ball with Brendan. I think he's played one game, if that, under Brendan. Scott Bain can't get a game in pre-season games. He can't get a game in kind of one-off games, so I think it's going to be very hard for Scott Bain and Seekers to get any chance. So I do feel the number two's got to be able, but I don't know what you feel on the situation, mate, but I do feel DUBRAVKA, that side would work in terms of he's able to come in, he's experienced, he won't need to settle, he's been in England for the last few years. But I think the age scenario would be, well, if we get him in, a lot of fans will be thinking, right, yes, he's only 35. I know goalkeeping terms are still a bit young. Goalkeepers play to 39, 40, 41.
Yeah.
But are you going to be the same routine? Do you need to then wait another year or two, short-term fix to find somebody else to come in? So it's going to be one of the ones you need to weigh up pros and cons.
Yeah, definitely. Like I says, mate, it's the most important position for me in this window.
Yeah.
I've said it numerous of times, even on the podcast as well, that, you know, for me, it's the most important signing of the summer.
Yeah.
You need to get it right. We have lost a guy who, in my opinion, is a mountain of a man, and he's going to be so hard to replace. For me, he's irreplaceable for what he brought to the team. Not just as a goalkeeper, man, for every other quality that he brought in. You know, he delivered 3 trophies, 3 league titles, and 3 cups. 4 cups even, if you count. Yeah, the treble as well, yeah. So, my apologies, Joe, if you see this big man. Wasn't trying to do you
Come back. Come back.
Aye, come back.
It's a go for Joe.
Yes, a go for Joe. You've left us in this dilemma, Joe. But, no, as I said, you've lost a man with humongous quality. Not just as a goalkeeper, like I say, as a person. What he brought to the team, experience level, the way he can help the young lads around the place. Like, I don't doubt for a minute that he probably helped Scott Bain and Benjamin Siegrist. Rumours are, I think he helped James McCarthy to disappear, because he's better than Harry Houdini at it. But that's a different story, obviously.
Just a wee joke, James, you're watching. Just a wee joke.
I know.
Just a wee joke.
I've left a bag here for you, James, today. Just, you'll get that on your way out.
Fair, mate, I don't think you'll hear us in the Maldives.
No, I don't think
in the Maldives.
Probably in the Maldives, innit?
Just chilling out after hard season.
Probably lying in one of these swim-up rooms, and just laughing at us too, innit?
But, cigar and he's flip-flops, isn't he?
Aye. But, no, as I said, mate, it's, it's one of it's the biggest signing that we've had to make in the last couple of seasons, in my opinion. And it needs to be a guy who can come in and carry the baton now for the next few years and establish himself in the team as the number one and be the man about town, you know. And so I really do think that the Celtic need to... I'm comfortable with Celtic taking their time over it, Ryan. I don't think it's something we can rush into. So I know a lot of Celtic fans have been like, how have we not signed anybody yet? And you know, a lot of these guys are on holiday. You know, a lot of these guys in the their transfer window doesn't fully open, until Friday, which is the 14th. So, and then the European one opens kind of the 1st of July.
Yeah.
So, like I says, mate, I'm really comfortable the way things are, but it needs to be done properly. So obviously, due diligence, everything. Listen, they don't need me to tell them, mate. I'm pretty sure the club have got enough experience behind them to go and make this happen. And like I says, I'm really impressed with just even the links that were being linked with. Ryan. You look at the age profile of the guys, you know, DUBRAVKA 35, okay, but he's a top level Premier League goalkeeper. Peter Vendal Jensen is 26. We were linked with Cohen Casteels, who's 32. I know he's went to Saudi now. But the kind of profile of player, David De Gea, he's over 30 as well now. You know, every kind of name we've been linked with has been over the age of 25. You know, that kind of what we've chatted about, mate, in terms of experience and know-how and a wee bit, you know. And some of them have actually been really successful in the teams that they've played with. And, mate, see, to be fair with you, Ryan, that could only bode very well for us moving forward, mate.
Yeah, obviously, I know it's probably never going to happen. I know it's probably just media talk and it's maybe just...
We're not getting rid of Liam Scales, mate, so just calm down, right?
Actually, I was going to bring the Domestos just to make sure he was still here, but he done all right last night against Portugal.
He done okay.
But obviously...
Perfect. Ronaldo's goal. But then again.
But Liam, I know it's just Ronaldo, mate, but come on.
Kelleher plays with
Liverpool.
And, you know, for me, he's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
As well.
I think
you're not saving her.
I think they're going to be priced out of him as well. Yeah. If again, I think because of the situation we're in, there's going to be agents and clubs, not really clubs, but mostly agents trying to put feelers out to Celtic or to pundits or media to try and say, listen, you can't get your name out there. That's what happens. People might not realise that, but agents do put feelers out.
Yeah.
Because, right, okay, right, there's not much interest in him, right, let's just say he's linked to somebody, and then, oh, right, he's linked to Celtic, right, me might want to talk to him, and so I think, I know it might never happen, and it's probably just all radio stations and media talk and paper talk and whatever else, but David De Gea, for me, if I had a choice, I think the fact that I think he would be an absolute unbelievable blockbuster signing.
David De Gea?
Yeah, I know he's a free agent, he's a free agent, he's not playing over a year, but it was Man United's number one goalkeeper for a long time. It was Spain's number one. I know he's not played for Spain a long time now.
Yeah.
They've started to... These nations like Germany, Spain, they all have a cycle as well. They all the nurture the talent and they bring up other goalkeepers. And they've all got 3 or 4 or 5 goalkeepers that can play in position. It's like Scotland, you've got maybe Angus Gunn, possibly number one now. Sander Clark can maybe come in, and Liam Kelly can maybe come in, but Angus Gunn's your top goalkeeper. At Celtic, Scott Benitez, can they come in? Joe Hart. So, for me, I know it's maybe not going to happen, but people might think like I've said, they might think I'm crazy, but is there any reason why you can't ask a question to David De Gea's team and the agent or him himself? Listen, look, you've not played in over a year, you're training in public parks, you're training in non-league stadiums.
Still training with Man United, well.
You've got this stadium here, you've got 60,000 fans, you've just come off a very successful season. You've got, in my opinion, one of the best managers in Europe. At the time, at Leicester, when he was doing well at Leicester, he was one of the best managers in Europe, 100%, and Britain. He's one of the best British managers. So you've got guaranteed football next year in European football, at least to January. 4 derby, massive games. Put yourself back out there in terms of... But again, I think he'll have his shooters in some capacity. Why has he not been took up yet? You've got to question that as well. Why has nobody strapped him up yet? Because, listen, David De Gea, in terms of ability-wise, goalkeepers out there that are available in terms of they'll have to pay major transfer fees for him. He wouldn't be out there. Listen, it's probably a non-starter. I'm just trying to maybe dream or maybe just put a name out there that could potentially be somebody, but I don't think there's any harm in this Celtic board or Peter, remember last week if you're watching, just ask the question, Dermot, Michael Nixon, whoever it is, they've bankrolled Roger before, they gave Ange a bit of money, they've gave some guys you, so I'm not saying go and give over $100,000, right, but David here about 3, 4 now when we're that age, he's getting to the stage where his career's maybe going to start being doing a wee bit, maybe similar to Joe Hart, wasn't playing for Spurs, number 2, number 3, didn't really play, came to Celtic, loving life, so... He's
definitely similar to Joe Hart, because obviously David De Gea's not playing for Spurs either.
So I don't...
So we've got a lot of similarities in there.
That's quite good for you, actually. That Camelati's definitely helped you there. But no, I think, again, look, it's probably a non-starter, but David De Gea would be a blockbuster signing. DUBRAVKA would be a big name signing as well. I think a lot of fans would maybe not be impressed with because it's his age. But listen,
definitely get a few points from the Scrabble board with that one, won't you?
I can't even spell it now, I mean say it.
No.
But I don't know what you feel on De Gea or stuff like that, but probably wages wise it might not be plausible because we don't know how much he's going to ask, but I just feel if it's De Gea or if it's Tierney, whoever it is, any player that might be worth a bit of value or be on high wages, I think all we need to do is ask a question, because all they can say is sorry, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, in terms of David De Gea, I've not really given that a lot of thought, mate. Maybe you should go on the phone to your mate Mendes and see if you can get one of these hoodies.
Maybe I'll see
if we can. That's it, no, I mean, see if we can get him on.
He's over online,
get him on one of the deals.
He's over online, mate, about 5 years, so he must be sitting in McCarthy and the Maldives.
Maybe he's
trying to change a new deal.
Two of them are lying in that swim up room, isn't he? Lying in that water.
A pays you play deal, James.
That's it, pays you play. He's talking about pool here, he's not talking about football. He comes in with Tommy Gramson's queue every day.
Morning, Brendan.
Are
you just got my pool cue?
You know, get your boots today, James? Nah, I'm not playing them, man. I'll get my boots for. Get my pool cue today. But you can get him one of the hoodies, man. We'll get him I'll probably get him up here.
We'll need to,
I'll get him one of the caramel lattes and
we'll need to get him a salmon hoodie.
a salmon.
Salmon one.
Now you're talking, mate. Now you're talking.
Salmon hoodie.
Keep a salmon hoodie for a half 10 show, mate. Big Alan loves that, doesn't he?
Aye. Oh, aye.
He's ready to arm wrestle Sam Smith for it at one point, wasn't he? That's what he was saying the last time. But no, in terms of the goalkeeping situation, right, I've not really gave much thought to David here. Again, great experience, mate. Had a great career. Like you say, but his career's now on a downward spiral. Put it this way, if he came here, his career wouldn't be on a downward spiral again. He's probably never going to play for another big club. If just if we're talking to Celtic where they go from, this would be last chance to play with a club of that stature.
Possibly.
And I know, listen, I know people are going to say, and probably watching this and going to say, Scottish football's not the best, lads. No, I know it's not. But it's got to be better than what he's doing now, because he's not earning any money. Like he says, mate, he's doing in public parks, training, keeping himself fit. So it shows you also that he's got a dedication there.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get himself fit. But again, mate, I'm quite excited about the prospect, the kind of profile of the goalkeepers we've been linked with. As I said, mate, I really do think that we need to get it right, and it needs to be spot on, and it needs to be a guy that can come in and we look at the stadium, you know, it needs to be a guy that can come in and handle that being full every second weekend, or European nights, or, you know, and if you can't, you can't handle somebody for the Celtic show there shouting boo. Well, we've got what chance have we got going in there and doing that, you know? But, no, listen, no kidding aside, it needs to be somebody that's got the cojones on them to manage, to turn up every day and have a desire. But again, I'll go back to it, Ryan, and I keep saying it, mate, the mentality that comes for your captain. If anybody's not a chance to see the interview, he done a recent interview in BBC, and he's in his Scotland kit, and the guy asked him about what was your worst part of his season, and he got the news, obviously, that his season was going to be over, but it became mind over matter. And like he says, fortune favours the brave, you know, and what a mentality that is, mate. And see, when you've got a captain like that, that must filter really well down and throughout the squad. And another big reason, Ryan, why you're seeing this club go and deliver things like trebles, doubles, because it's kind of became the norm now. And especially the treble side of things, because we've won our fair share of them over the last few years. And that's down to the man that's at the helm just now, Brendan Rodgers, because he's made winning trebles the norm for us. He made that a thing that's what we now see Celtic doing. No, I know me and you were on a St Mirren podcast a short while ago, and it was off the back of you saying that, you know, I could see us going on and maybe going unbeaten in the season and winning the treble. Aye, we won the treble, but didn't go unbeaten, which is fine. But you've got to say what you think, because you can't. Nobody at that time first saw that happening with St Mirren. So, again, mate, that's just the energy that being a Celtic fan that you've got, and obviously the confidence you've got, because we are the best team by country miles in this country. And why wouldn't we be confident enough to go and think that we're going to win every single game? And that's the mentality. When players come, they need to carry that mentality with them. They need to think to themselves, we need to win every game here, because a draw is a bad result. A defeat's an absolute catastrophe. So, and what a mindset, what I say is, to have with your captain, setting the example.
Yeah, that interview is fantastic. I know it's only a small clip. I don't know if they've actually put a full clip out of it. I would like to see it. It just shows you, like a lot of people just think being a professional footballer is just you train a wee bit in the morning, you get your massages, you get all the luxury hotels. Yeah. Listen, it's a brilliant lifestyle. But some of these guys, we know people in football drive, people spoke to a few people, obviously privileged to speak to them on the podcast. Some of these guys are getting injections, some of these guys are taking medication, obviously, to help them through the weekend training.
It's quite a lot taking medication in Glasgow, mate, that's for sure.
It's medication time, a lot of time over the other side, isn't it?
You see 40s in our Ratchet running about, didn't you?
what's that one flew over the cuckoo's nest?
One flew
Medication
over.
time.
Medication time. There's music and all that playing as well, and so I can't always system at the street for it now.
Warning, your time for medication.
That's how they all get home early at night now, take their tablets.
I can't go in darkness.
No,
it affects your eyes.
No, anymore. Makes you dead half times, you know. Makes you want to get into John Square and do super things.
The mentality, like, some football players are really, really busting their gut to just play on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I know they were talking about years ago, Ledley King used to hardly train because his knee was knackered, but maybe done a wee bit on Friday, playing on Saturday for the rest of the week, so what? But the manager at the time, I'm sure, Harry Redknapp at the time, whoever the manager was at the time, I can't remember.
Davy Weir was the same.
Aye.
He was the same.
A lot of these guys knew that a Saturday they would turn up, so they were allowed that leeway but some of these guys put through the end of the day, I know their body is their job, their body and their mindset is their job, but they're putting their health through a lot of things. I know this sounds crazy, but to win football games and win trophies, and this is where sometimes, maybe myself, you're criticising performance, but we don't know if they're injured, but like you said, you can only go on what you see on the football park or what you see behind you in the stadium. So in terms of McGregor, that's the reason why he's a captain. And I believe, people might shoot me down on this, but I believe he should be Scotland's captain. I think not the only reason, but one of the major reasons why Andy Robertson's a captain is because he's playing the Liverpool, and he is obviously a fantastic, he's borderline a world-class left back. I do believe, I've said to you, I feel Cal McGregor's, if not Scotland's, most important player as well in the middle of the park. I know they've got McTominay and McGinn's very good, but maybe it's biased, who knows? People might tell me I've got Celtic tinted spectrum, but I've seen Callum through the years, and I mean, you can see he's maybe go the majority of the games, and you see him, I know maybe European level, maybe, but a lot of Celtic players are not, no, just McGregor. So for me, the mentality of some of these players, and like you said, mate, that's why we win trophies, and obviously we bit on the manager. People might call it entitlement, people might call it spoiled, but for me, it's, I think, because we've set the standards now.
Yeah.
So that's how a bit of last season, and when you don't win the 10, and you're not used to no winning trophies, so why are we not getting there? But the norm is, you're allowed to not win a trophy.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have a season where it goes close, but because we've done this for years, when we don't win the league with 5 points or 6 points or 10, whatever, do you know, I was that great there. But it's because of what we've seen through the years of thinking that this season, the end of a wee bit, no, you're spoiled in terms of the standards you're seeing. But the older you get, listen, we play football, JP, the standards set on the park, and sometimes in this season, the standards didn't look met, but we've all known now, you take a step back, big injuries, signings not really cut the mustard, so there's loads of things, but you've still walked out with a double. So the on the manager, mate, I like winning that, but the manager for me is, listen, I'll say, I think I said it last week, 2 weeks ago, we were out here, and I said it Monday, as long as Brendan Rodgers at Celtic Park, I feel we'll have success. The European side, listen, that'll take care of itself in terms of how we deal with that, but as long as that manager and the majority of these players, your Vickerses, your McGregors, as long as they're at Celtic Park, mate, I know people might think it's premature, me and you in basketball playing on Monday, but as long as they guys at Celtic Park, them across the water will need to either get loads of investment or something will need to happen quality-wise and mentality-wise for them to come over and take over this team.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like I says, I found that it was absolutely astonishing and brilliant the way it all happened. He stood out here last year and says, I'll see you here in May. But he didn't have seas here in May. I just about here. And he didn't have seas on May because this place was littered. Thousands of fans, because we'd won the league, and then a week later they came back again to complete the double. So, listen, man, when Ange left, mate, we spoke about it highly, mate. It was a no-brainer to go and get Brendan back, because you couldn't go down the route of bringing in a guy who maybe didn't have that experience. And Brendan, he ticks every box, mate. Not only is he a quality manager, he's elite level. He knows the league inside out. He knew some of the players that was in the squad. So, for me, it just boded well. And he came in at a time where half the recruitment had been done, or the biggest half of the recruitment had already been earmarked by the previous coaching team.
We
And
assume it did.
no,
I
the
think
previous
so.
coaching team,
Yeah.
the previous manager.
Yeah.
Well, you can see it because a lot of the guys have ended up not in the team because of maybe Brendan didn't pick them or.
There's chat about one going and all.
Well, there you go.
Last few
Yeah,
days,
yeah.
so.
There's chat about obviously Lagerbielke moving on.
Yeah.
And maybe that's best for the boy because he's probably not going to play any football. He was kept here in January due to an injury to Cameron Carter-Vickers, and then he wasn't played. So, and I think he'd like maybe two appearances if you're lucky, maybe three, maybe if you're lucky tops, since January. So obviously it doesn't look well for him either. But last wee bit, mate, before we finish up, what's your overriding thoughts and what are you looking for firstly in this transfer window coming up?
Number one goalkeeper.
Right.
I think that's the main priority, and then I do feel our centre back's a priority as well.
Surprised you've not even said I know who to get.
I knew really, aye. I'm just waiting on James bring that back to me.
Right.
I do feel, I know, like I said, I don't want to go on too much about obviously Liam Scales, but I think he is next year. He will be a squad player, personally. Could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. If Lagerbielke goes, I think they will keep Dubrowski. I think he will be a player that will come in next season in some capacity. But I do feel, like you mentioned the boy Chris Mepham, he's played with Vickers at Bournemouth, decent age, good caps for Wales, 33 caps or so for Wales. Yeah. He's played a lot of games for Bournemouth in the Premier League. I know he didn't play too much last year due to injuries, but that's a Premier League level. And Bournemouth done well last year. They didn't start very well, but the Spanish manager's got them kind of, he was actually linked here. The Bournemouth manager, wasn't he?
Yeah, Areola.
Areola.
Yeah,
He was linked to Celtic job. So
just before we get Brendan,
they've started to go a wee bit. Bournemouth, they might not be a massive club, but they've kind of taken away the relegation. They've actually overachieved a wee bit in that league, considering the standard of the club, not the standard of the club, the stature and the stadium. And
I would agree.
And talking, like, it just shows you how big the market is. I've talked about Solanke for £45 million, and I know he done well last year, but that's the market that we need to remember as well. We're Shotman as well. But a goalkeeper, mate, and I'll keep on about it, that I do feel that if you get the goalkeeper and our centre back, maybe, well, I called Steve McGivern and one of the articles yesterday. They're targeting a midfielder as well. I'm guessing that may be centre mid. I don't know if potentially if Matt O'Reilly goes with Bernardo, potentially come in. So if you get your core right, I feel the rest you can then work around, because yes, I do feel you're a left back, but you're okay with Taylor now. You're fine with Johnson, you're fine with Vickers, you've got a Tati, you've got a Wata, you've got so you've got guys that if you don't get everything in for the first week pre-season, they can play pre-season for a wee bit to get them in. But for me, mate, I don't know how you feel, but I think the biggest signing of the summer is a number one goalkeeper.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I've said it numerous times now, that it's the biggest, most important signing of the summer. And the rest will probably kind of fall into place as we go. Like I says, Ryan, I'm quite comfortable, mate. I'm not in a hurry because I know people have got holidays and there's things happening, and if Brendan's having conversations with players, which he probably has at this stage, or probably already has, I'm not naive enough to think otherwise. But like I says, mate, I'm really, really comfortable at this stage. There's Celtic fans that they are worrying. You know, they are kind of panicking. Why have we not been announced? Because they're obviously seeing the team across the water as announced players. I don't know if that's what you call them, but well, time will tell. But
could be as well, Bojan, with us. It could be the potential as one or two targets that are actually at the Euros, and they need to wait to see.
Yeah, well, that that is a distinctive possibility. That'll remain to be seen. That would be interesting also.
Because was it no AG? Was it the World Cup he played it, and then maybe just before it?
Yeah, but I think personally, I think some of that would have been agreed, because you know yourself, transfers don't just happen overnight, mate.
Some of the things it's just like he's signing. It's
it's
easy as that.
It's no, people just think.
I wish it was.
Phone them up and you go, you want to sign for us? Aye, okay, I'll bet them on it to do it.
We want packet Haribo's up the road.
Packet Haribo's, a wee Carmelati and one of the nice hoodies that boy was wearing, you know. But no, like I say, I'm comfortable with what's happening, mate, and I'm comfortable with what's going on now. I'm not in that much of a hurry. Like I say, the Euros is starting, so obviously we've got that to look forward to. I'll be watching closely with Scotland and Callum McGregor, Tony Ralston, Greg Taylor, James Forrest are all at the Euros, so fantastic for Celtic. And then, like he says, there could be one or two others that's at the Euros that Brendan's had his eye on, spoke to, maybe even discreetly have made a bid for. You don't know. Other clubs need more of a rebuild than what we do. We definitely need some surgery, but we don't need the kind of surgery that we did maybe when Big Ange came in and took over. But listen, mate, like I said before, all that will kind of fall into place. But, like I says, enjoyed a wee chat with you again, mate.
Been good, mate. It's been good
To
to...
get a...
It's always good to stand out here, talk to yourself,
I
mate.
love standing out here and getting a chat. If I was doing it with a farm foods bag, it was maybe sitting inside out right enough. I think there'd be people wondering what I was doing right enough, but as I say, it's good to come down with yourself and get a wee chat and another wee Celtic gab, because there's not much to go on now, but obviously we've got a couple of links. But for everybody else that's tuning in to the channel, if you do like the content, please hit the like, the share and the subscribe button. It's totally free to do so. But all it's left for me to say, from myself, it's a massive hail.
And from myself...